on the,
Yeah,
on
just
top?
on the floor.
Oh, on the floor
Well,
or here?
no, there, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Well, part of
Doesn't
it
this,
is, oh, yeah, but part of it is if they've been exposed to cracks before. Yeah. That's part of it. Because then they know, okay, I can't do it, whatever, because it's, it's a heck,
good, good, good morning, good, good, good morning, good, good, good morning, gonna be a great day. Good, good, good morning. 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 Gonna be a great day. Gonna be a great day. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Gonna be a great day. Again. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Gonna be a great day. Wake up. It's a new day with spirit or feet. Get out of your seat. I said, wake up. It's a new day with spirit or feet. Get up, wake up. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Gonna be a great day. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning. Good, good, good morning, gonna be a great day. Good for you, yay. You know, it is such a good day because, and I don't know if you sensed it when you saw Oscar, but he looked just a little older, right? Just a wee bit older than last Sunday as of today, right? William. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Oscar. Happy birthday to you.
That was awesome, all of it. Good morning. Our chalice lighting words today are by Katie Gelfand. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is in the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
So welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln on this, our Baked Goods Sunday, which is what it's been in my calendar, but I discovered about Friday night that that's probably not what we should actually put on the title slide. So I think it says All Ages Thanksgiving above me. No,
Land acknowledgement.
we've moved on in so many ways. So welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln, where we aspire to be a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and the world. My name is the Reverend Oscar Sinclair. I am indeed a year older than I was last Sunday. It is a pleasure to be with you this morning. I'm joined on the chancel by our worship associate, Kathy Disney. The faith that we proclaim from this pulpit begins with this. All are beloved, no matter who you are, wherever you are on life's journeys, wherever you are going, whoever you love, whatever your age, whatever your skin color, you are welcome here. There are no exceptions to this welcome. That is the kernel at the heart of this faith. We say that we are about the work of transformation, transforming ourselves and the world. And so it's our hope, it's our expectation that we change from our experience here. And that as we work to change the world around us, we might find our community different. Over this past summer, we engaged in an 8-week process of deepening our understanding and relationship with the native history and people of this place where we gather. And at the end of that process, we developed a statement, a first draft, that will change and evolve as we change and evolve. And just as transformation is not contained to a single person or a single community, it's not contained to a single day. But it is right as we mark this holiday season that we start here. We gather today to acknowledge the land and the peoples that have called this place home for hundreds of years. The Oto-Missouria, the Omaha, Ponca, Kanza, and Pawnee have lived here at one time. Many others have visited in order to collect salt at the local salt basin. Niskithe, by which this area continues to be known, is the Omaha word for salt water. So we thank them for their care of this sacred ground. We also take the opportunity to reject the doctrine of discovery that paved the way for the degradation of native inhabitants and the unlawful appropriation of the land. I'll pause and say we're going to talk about that more next Sunday. We recognize that we continue to benefit from these past actions, and while we cannot change the past, we are committed to right relationship with our native neighbors. Indigenous peoples of many nations make their home in Lincoln today, and we value their contribution to our community's vitality and diversity. These are not idle words. Our commitment is to action. We pledge to show up in support of local and national policies, programs, and measures that demand redress for lands taken and offer justice for harms continued, and that seek to promote self-determination and equity among all peoples. So before the choir comes up to sing Welcome to You All, I do want to say one more thing. This is an all-ages service, which means that the children of this congregation will be with us the whole time. And because it is unofficially Baked Goods Sunday, there is Play-Doh up here at the tactile tables. And because it is an all-ages service, I should tell you that the Play-Doh is not just for the children of the congregation. If you are so moved to come up and make a dinosaur, you are more than welcome to. With that, we'll begin worship with music. Oh, and the Play-Doh is gluten-free. I don't know if I said that, but
Thank goodness.
no, not a joke.
Harry, no, in front of the tables. Come in front of the table. Yeah. Excuse me.
Have a few helpers today, yeah, come on over. Because we have the choir up here, we're gonna have folks stay in their seats, just so we're not doing too much moving back and forth. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. I don't know if this one's on yet.
Oh,
Oh, that's why, yeah, okay. There we go. That would help. Thank you. Maybe.
that one's okay.
We'll wait and see. Maybe? What do you think, Larry? Says handheld 1. It's on. Make sure folks can hear me on the live stream. Any better now?
The mic's,
It was on, yes, it is on, yep. All right, trying it now, trying it now. Trying it now. There we go. Thanks. Thank you. Our story today is called Everybody Bakes Bread, especially those in our congregation today, by Nora Dooley. It was another rainy Saturday. Why did it always have to rain on the weekend? At least it could snow instead. We were supposed to play kickball today, but nobody would come out in all this rain. Mom was making my great-grandmother's Italian bread with me and Anthony. He's my little brother, and he was getting on my nerves.
Carrie, that is enough.
Mom had that dangerous sound in her voice. But I never get a turn at kneading, I said. I needed Anthony's arm to make him move. He squealed and the bread dough fell on the floor.
Oh, just quiet, you two. Anna is sleeping.
We made faces at each other while Mom sighed and stared out the window at the rain. She turned around and raised one eyebrow.
Carrie, why don't you go ask Mrs. Ambrose if she has a 3-handed rolling pin that we can use?
Okay, I said. I like to run errands. My brother whined.
I want to go too. Why does Carrie get to do everything?
Well, then you'll miss the braiding and the baking.
Mom reminded him. Anthony thought about it and then smiled and stuck his tongue out at me. Is the rolling pin for baking, Mom? I asked, pulling on my boots and raincoat.
Just tell them what we're doing and that I need one.
Can I ask around the neighborhood?
Yes, just be back for lunch.
All right.
And don't go bothering anybody. And hurry back, or you'll miss out on all the fun parts.
There were only a few interesting puddles on the way to Mrs. Ambrose's house, so I got there pretty quickly. It took them a while to answer their door since Mrs. Ambrose uses a cane and her cousin Crystal has a bad hip, but I don't mind because their entry smelled like fresh coconut bread. And next to Barbadian fish cakes, I think I like Barbadian coconut bread best. Crystal let me in, and I told her why I was there. She laughed quietly as I climbed the stairs slowly behind her. And upstairs, Mrs. Ambrose said,
"Sit down for a while. Test some of this bread. It's fresh out of the oven."
I was right. There on a cooling rack were 2 big loaves of coconut bread. Mrs. Ambrose cut me an end piece, and a puff of steam came out. The bread was heavy in my hand. It was packed with raisins and sweet coconut. "What should I tell my mom about the rolling pin?" I asked between bites.
Oh, tell her we loaned ours to our niece. But you're welcome to come back anytime your mother needs something.
"Thanks for the bread," I called as I clomped down the stairs. It was raining harder than ever when I went to Rajit's house. His dad had lots of interesting things to cook with. Besides, Rajit is a good kickball player, and if enough kids would come out, maybe we could have a rainy kickball game. Rajit's dad answered the door.
Carrie, come in, come in. What brings you out in this weather? It's so cold out there. Do you need to borrow an umbrella? I'm sure we have one around here somewhere.
Oh, I'm okay, thanks, so. And after I explained about our bread making and my errand, he said, smiling,
Well, I will check for you. But I was just making chapitas, Indian bread, with Jeet and his brother. Perhaps you would like to help. It's not too difficult. I love your help.
We made the most delicious flatbread right in a frying pan. It was very chewy and nutty tasting. Rajit and Sonjit agreed to playing kickball after lunch if I could get some other kids. Their dad couldn't find the rolling pin, so I said goodbye and went to see Mark DeLoach. I had to ring and ring before Mark heard the bell. He was listening to some loud music. He finally answered the door, and I explained the game plan on our way into the kitchen. His older sisters, Anne-Marie and Shirley, were washing dishes, and Mark started to pick at a pan of fresh cornbread on the table. So I did too. It tasted really buttery, and it was just plain old cornbread with nothing on it. Mrs. DeLoach came from South Carolina, and her cornbread is the best. Anne-Marie turned around and saw us snacking.
Stop picking at that. It's for the church dinner. Y'all need to have some manners.
Oh, I forgot to ask. I said, have you got a 3-handled rolling pin my mom could borrow?
My old pen hasn't got but 2 handles. Y'all can ask her if she needs my 3-legged ladle, though.
Anne-Marie and Shirley laughed. I did too, even though I didn't really get the joke. I'll tell her, I said as I left, and thanks for the cornbread. Nabil and his sister Amalia live with their dad and grandma above the Middle East Oasis restaurant and bakery, which their dad runs. They have lots of different stuff in the restaurant kitchen, so I thought I'd check there. Mr. Sater answered the apartment door. He's always nice to me and Anthony. Whenever he sees us by the restaurant, he gives us free pastries. He's from Lebanon. I asked for Nabil and Amalia with my best manners.
Sorry, they're not here. Let's go downstairs. The restaurant has been pretty slow today. I'd love to chat for a while.
We went into the restaurant kitchen where everyone was busy getting ready for Saturday lunch. I looked around but didn't see any rolling pins. Nabil and Amalia were helping their uncle take balloon-shaped things out of an oven. Is this pocket bread? I asked.
Sure is. It's my great uncle's recipe. This has been passed down for generations. Someday, I'll teach my own grandchildren how to make it.
Oh, I love the way it looks when it's puffy. The bread flattened as it cooled, and it was just like a damp cloth. You could roll it or fold it or scrunch it into a ball. I told Nabil and Amalia about the kickball plan while we ate fresh bread with a thick dip called hummus. They told me to ring their bell with our special code after lunch, and they would come right down. I chatted with Mr. Sater for a bit while we ate.
Tell your mom I said hello, and she and your brother are welcome to come for our pastries anytime.
On my way back from the Saters, I was swinging around parking meters and not really paying attention. And that's how I forgot about the huge puddle where the storm sewer backs up.
Ooh, look out!
Too late. A car went zooming by and water splashed right over my head. I was soaked, even in my raincoat. It was Mrs. Max who had called out. She was wet too.
Oh, come in with me, Carrie, and dry off a minute. Maybe have some tea. I've got some chamomile or peppermint.
I like Mrs. Max. Sometimes I help her with her grocery bags, and she gives me cups of tea in beautiful china she says came from the old country. Mrs. Max lives by herself right in front of that puddle in the old brick apartments. Peppermint, please.
Oh, I need to dry off. I was all dressed up for Sabbath at the temple tonight, but now I'm soaked.
And while she changed, I got a basin of hot water to soak our feet. We sat with towels on our heads and cups of tea in our laps. I like this bread, I said.
This is challah. I make a loaf every Friday.
It's braided like my mom's, but yours is very yellow and nice and sweet.
Oh, yeah. It has lots of eggs in it and some sugar. Would you like more tea? And you still haven't told me what you were doing out on a day like today.
Well, we were baking bread today, and Anthony and I were fighting, so my mom asked me to run an errand for her. Say, do you have a 3-handled rolling pin?
A 3-handled rolling pin? Your mother sent you for this? How would you use the 3rd handle, do you think?
I was thinking this out a little bit. Oh, no, I groaned.
Oh, yes. Your mother played a trick on you, perhaps.
I laughed out loud, and so did Mrs. Max. I felt warm again, and it was past noon. We still needed one more player for kickball, so I said thanks and left for my last stop before home. Our new neighbors upstairs are from El Salvador, and their son Bernardo is about my age. He's been watching us kids from the 2nd floor window, so I thought he might be interested in the kickball game. His little sister Becky looked out through the mail slot. She's just 2 years old and babbles nonstop in 2 languages, Spanish and English, all mixed together. She was telling me about our cat, I think. Bernardo's grandmother opened the door. She led me into the kitchen where Bernardo was eating something round and yellow with melted cheese coming out of it. Hi, I said, kind of shyly.
Hi, I haven't seen you around outside for a while. How's Anthony?
Oh, good. I said, Anthony's home helping Mom with Anna. Bernardo's grandma set down a plate for me. Thank you. What is this? I asked while taking a bite.
A pupusa. Do you like it? My favorite is the kind with rice, beans, and cheese.
Oh, yes, thank you, I replied, popping the last bite into my mouth. Bernardo, can you play kickball with us after lunch?
Let me ask. I'll probably have to finish my chores before I can go out.
Bernardo talked to his grandma, and looking out at the rain, she shrugged her shoulders and agreed. When I opened our back door, the kitchen smelled great.
I got to do all the braiding by myself. Mom even let me eat some right away when it came out of the oven. I burned my mouth a bit, but it was totally worth it.
Did you have a good walk?
Yeah, but nobody had that rolling pin. But you can borrow Mrs. DeLoach's 3-legged ladle anytime you want. I gave her my best 1 eyebrow up look, and Mom looked up and saw my face.
Oh, well, I guess you found me out.
Yep, I said, but I also found enough kids to play kickball. So can I play if I wear boots and everything?
Yes, you can play, but after you eat lunch.
Lunch, I said, finishing a piece of warm Italian bread dipped in olive oil and garlic. I couldn't eat another bite. Practically everybody was baking bread this morning. And that is the end of our story.
Hey, good job. Well, there's a song, and it has some words, but after hearing the story, we're going to sing the real words, and then I'll change them up a little bit. So it sounds like this. I am here on this planet, living my life, doing what I do, feeling grateful. I am here on this planet. I am here on this planet. Living my life. Living my life. Doing what I do. Doing what I do. Feeling grateful. Feeling grateful. I am here on this planet. Living my life. Doing what I do. Feeling grateful. I am here on this planet, living my life, doing what I do, feeling grateful. Now, baking what I bake. I am here on this planet, living my life, baking what I bake, feeling grateful. soul. I am here on this planet, living my life, baking what I bake, feeling grateful.
So each Sunday, we set aside a time in our life to share sorrows and joys. The things that make us sad in life are easier when we say them together. The things that we are happy about are better when they are celebrated together. So into this shared space, would you share the name of a person that you are holding in sorrow this morning? It could be your own name or it could be somebody else. Dana and Craig. Mel. Ken. The people at Club Q in Colorado Springs. Janelle. Penny. Melissa Gaffney and her family. Robin and his family. A sorrow in the live chat for Jenny and for Lloyd. The world is also joyful. What names are we holding in joy this morning?
Oscar's birthday.
Yay.
Yes, my daughter was late, so you missed happy birthday.
Bake a good Sunday.
Jason and Desiree. Kirsten. Whose 13th birthday? Drake. Drake's 13th birthday. Brother Doug.
The sex education program.
The sex education program. A joy that sharing is caring. A joy in the live chat that Mary Kay went to visit Shirley Maley to ensure she could join Open Circle. Any other joys this morning? Andy. And on a slightly more somber note. So every year on November 20th, I wake up and check my phone and two things are there. Birthday wishes and posts about Trans Day of Remembrance, which is on November 20th every year. A solemn evening where we remember our trans kindred lost to violence in the past year. So this year, First Unitarian in Omaha is hosting a service tonight at 6 o'clock, facilitated by Juniper Meadows, the minister at Second Unitarian in Omaha. And it is all the more somber this year because of the other news this morning. A night of violence at an LGBTQ club in Colorado Springs. And so as we gather this morning, we take a moment to remember the beloveds lost last night and to recommit ourselves to the work of building a truly welcoming, peaceful community. This is a piece written by the Reverend Sean Parker Dennison. I give thanks for my broken body, my trans body. I give thanks for the scars and the missing pieces and the inability to feel at home here, which has kept me restless and undaunted. I give thanks for my body and what has marked it, made it holy and unique and, yes, brave. But I am not Jesus. I am not one who will sacrifice myself for the atonement of those who sit self-satisfied, assured of my damnation. I will not choose to give it to the ones who fall asleep on watch, the betrayed betrayers, those who deny their denial. I bless my own body, and that blessing is mine. Does not extend past the surface of my skin, does not substitute for anyone, does not ask forgiveness for being. I will break bread only with those who know that breaking and blessing are one thing, who worship the breaking open and the broken down, who refuse to be given away, but give themselves over to the blessing of being embodied and sacred and free. I will dine with the people who know all the ways to bless and break and give ourselves to each other, who take and eat and give everything at this table, who do not need another communion or another paradise or anyone's permission to be free. Amen.
So a couple of weeks ago, Shelley and I worked with the children in RGL, and we talked about how ancestrally we come from lots of different places, but as a denomination, we come from Transylvania. And so this song that is in our hymnal is from that area. It's a folk tune from that area. It has Hungarian words and it has English. And so I'm going to have you show the next slide. And I'm going to ask sopranos to help me. We're going to sing a line, and then you'll sing it back. This is going to be the English section of this. Where there is faith, there is love. Where... No, Bill. Oh, sorry. Your turn. Ready? Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is blessing. Where there is peace, there is blessing. Where there is blessing, there is God. Where there is blessing, there is God. Where there is God, there is no need. Where there is God, there is no need. Let's do the whole thing. Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is blessing. Where there is blessing, there is God. Where there is God, there is no need. So when I looked up the Hungarian, I thought I would see what Google Translate said, because sometimes it can be very different. So I plugged what you're going to hear into Google Translate, and it showed me that. So you are going to hear the choir do the Hungarian, and then we'll put those two parts together. Help. You can sing that if you've just figured it out and you want to sing Hungarian. But we'll have some of them singing Hungarian, and you may all join on this. Ready? Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is blessing. Where there is blessing, there is God. Where there is God, there is nation.
Each week, we take up a collection to support the work of this church and our partners in the community. We do this because just as we grow from our participation in the community, we all give back through our time, our talent, and our treasure. Will the ushers come forward? You may also text your offering to UC Lincoln and the amount to 73256. That's UC Lincoln and the amount to 73256. The offering will now be gratefully received.
Oh, we give thanks. For this precious day. For all gathered here. And those far away. For this time we share. With love and care. Oh, we give thanks. For this precious day. Oh, we give thanks. For this precious day. For all gathered here. And those far away. For this day we share. With love and care. Oh, we give thanks. For this precious day. Oh, we give thanks. For this precious day. For the bread we'll share. But not every day. For this time we share. With love and care. Oh, we give thanks. For this blessed day. Oh, we give thanks. For this perfect day. Oh, we give thanks. For this every day. Oh, we give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. Oh, we give thanks. Oh, we give thanks.
So there were people on the live stream waving back at the line. those far away. Huh. So, this homily has changed since I wrote it 48 hours ago because it starts with my family is coming to town. Right now, my parents and grandfather are driving from New York to Nebraska. I think at this moment they're somewhere in Iowa. Nope, at this moment they are back in New York. My father had eye surgery 2 weeks ago, and they got all the way to Pittsburgh, and he lost vision in that eye. So they turned around and went back to New York and saw the surgeon this morning, and everything's fine. Everything's fine, but they can't travel for a little while. So we are packing up and going to New York.
Oh, wow.
So, for all of you, and there are several who I have meetings scheduled with on Monday, you will be getting an email from me in the next couple hours saying I need to reschedule this, and I am truly sorry about that. You know, we gather for Thanksgiving in my family, and it is the favorite holiday in the family because there is nothing that my family of origin likes more than cooking a meal together and drinking wine together and arguing together. This is what we do as a family. We cook and we talk. I love it because for me it is the most straightforward of holidays. It doesn't have the theological underpinnings of Ramadan or Easter, nor the long traditions of Hanukkah or Christmas. What little myth there is associated with it almost certainly never happened. And conscience compels us to find different meaning than, oh, the Pilgrims and Native Americans sat down and shared a meal 400 years ago, and everything after that went just great. More on that next week. It's an all-ages service. But Thanksgiving as a concept, gathering together to break bread and give thanks for the blessings in our lives, that's a lot older than 400 years. To recognize what we have, to be grateful for it, wherever that is, with family, born into or chosen, to gather together and share a meal is as universal a religious impulse as I know. It's the basis of everything from Sukkot to the Christian tradition of communion to the civil holiday of Thanksgiving. It is also critically about welcoming each other and seeing each other in family, in community, making the web of relationships visible and recognizing each other's beauty. So that's what we're going to do this morning. We invited you as part of Baked Goods Sunday to bring bread to this service this morning. So if you've done that, I invite you to come forward and speak into this microphone for a moment about what bread you brought, what its connection is to your story, why you've brought it. So for me, I had this grand plan to bake bread yesterday and bring it to this service, and in the last 48 hours, I've been figuring out how to drive to New York. So instead, I stopped at Russ's Market, which is frequently how things go in my family right now. I'll stop on the way home and get bread to doctor up into garlic bread to make an ordinary night just a little bit of fun. So that's my bread story. I'm going to put this over on the table here, and then you're invited to come forward and do the same with whatever you have brought. We have two tables. There's a table over here for wheat bread. There is a table here for any gluten-free bread that anyone has brought. And if you are in the live chat, there we go, type a few words about a meal that you've shared. and that you're remembering with thanks.
Well, I can echo Oscar's story. I stopped at Leon's yesterday, and I thought it would be really nice to have the scent of fresh baked bread. So I baked a little bread, and it's over here to share with all of you. And sometimes we do that at home, too.
So some of you may know I'm in graduate school right now, which means money's a little tight. So I went to Russ's and I got the cheapest bread they had, their baguette, because this church is also still important to me. So I'd like to give back, even if it's a very small amount, I can.
I have white and spelt bread. This is a recipe that originally came from a friend, and it was sort of my gateway bread. And I don't bake as much anymore because I'm a little busy. But it's always nice to break it out and have that time and that moment. And gosh, it smells good.
This is a pumpkin bread that my wife Mandy baked last night.
Yay.
It is gluten-free, dairy-free, and low fructose, which you would think would mean that it contains nothing. But we've had to learn that that you just find a way, but that you can still bake bread even with all those restrictions. So, here it is.
I think Russ's are going to owe us.
I didn't even pick it up myself. Oscar did.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to call a little bit of an audible here because we have small tables. So the original plan is to invite you all to come up and partake as part of the service. But rather than do that, we're going to move forward with the service, wrap the service up, and then invite you to come forward after we've sung our last piece. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Small tables, lots of people. Easier this way. Yes, we'll also cut up at least one of these loaves. So, we are not isolated beings. Surely we have learned this by now, the poet Lynn Unger writes. Even our comfortable introverts benefit from coming together and sharing a meal. Amy Miller writes in the live chat, meal I've shared recently, letting the dog have the last bite of breakfast croissant. Sharing a meal together. So, after this service, if you come forward and take a piece of bread, preferably bread that you did not bring, and then go out there, and the Youth in Action program is doing a bake sale. There are many baked goods out there. It is to benefit Our Whole Lives comprehensive sexuality education program. But other than that, it smells really good out there right now. So please participate in that. And think about what you might want. So I'm going to get out of the way, ask the choir to come up for one more song, and figure out where I am in this script.
So take this song of joy and keep it in your heart. So take this song of joy and keep it in your heart. And come and take the daily part. Our love will always sing. Our love will always sing. Our love will always sing. Our love will
So you have homework this week. The fourth week of November is a complicated one. It's a complicated week because the traditional meanings of this holiday are complex. Families are complex. But part of this tradition, part of Unitarian Universalism says that we make our own meaning and that we, at times, make our own families. We choose what meaning to make in the world. And so the homework is this: wherever, with whomever, and whatever, this week gather with at least one other person. Say thank you for something and share a meal together. That's it. And it can be right up here, right after the service. With that, we'll close the service. Go in peace and amen. But not before singing one more time.
We use this with the RGL kids at the end of every session we do. And I told them people will know this song because they were like, come on, this is a weird cowboy song. Like, believe me, people will know this. So we're doing a little bridging from what we're doing back there into here. I would invite you to rise in body and or spirit as we sing together. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails, everybody. Well done, thank you. Dang, they sing out on that. Thank you, John. Thanks, Judy. All right, thank you all.
Very well,
Yeah, because I was all over. Oh, there's in my pocket. Thank you.
Oh, let's see. Now I gotta figure out how to turn it off.